Are you both already talking? Seeing each other now and then? Or is it still kind of new? Subtle glances, small smiles, unspoken feelings? Maybe you noticed something. A moment, a reaction, a way he looked at you, or how he stayed a little longer in the conversation. Any specific moments or behaviors that made you wonder if there's mutual interest. Spill the tea. Tell me what happened, and I will break it down for you. And stay till end you will relate. All right, let's dive a little deeper into mutual signs. Sign number 1, frequent eye contact. For both, it's one of the most instinctive ways we show attention, curiosity, and maybe something deeper the heart hasn't fully named yet. Sometimes, the eyes meet before words ever do. Again and again, like something deeper is calling for your attention. Not loud, not bold, just present. Your eyes meet more often than with others, sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose. There may be quick glances, shy looks, or even lingering eye contact followed by a smile or a moment of nervousness. Even in group settings, your gazes seem to find each other more easily, not out of habit, but because the heart is quietly drawn. Sometimes, happiness reaches the eyes, even before it touches the smile. In mutual interest, words aren't always needed. There's a quiet pull, a silent awareness shared between your hearts. Your eyes are gently drawn, not by intention, but by something familiar, something safe, something deeply meaningful. Again and again, your eyes naturally find each other, not out of effort, but something gentle and unspoken. There's a silent pull, a quite emotional awareness that awakens whenever you're near each other. The eyes are naturally seek what the heart holds dear. It's not always planned, but yet the glance lingers, as your heart senses something it can't explain. But Islam reminds us, modesty in the gaze matters. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze, and tell the believing women to lower their gaze. Quran Surah In-Nur verse 30 to 31. Why? Because the eyes are the path to the heart, and what begins as a glance can grow into desire or distraction, even fitna, temptation, if not held with taqwa, mindfulness of Allah. And yet, even in that moment, you remember, the gaze carries weight. It has consequences. It can heal or it can harm. And your heart quietly says, I see you, but not to consume you. I notice you, but I guard my gaze because I fear Allah more than I desire this moment. So the believer pauses. Even when the heart stirs, you ask yourself, will this glance bring me closer to Allah or pull me away? And so, the eyes learn adab, manner of love in Islam. Even in attraction, you speak with restraint. I see you, but only in a way that honors your soul, not just your form. Not because the feeling isn't real, because your soul longs for purity more than it craves pleasure. A deep down, you know that love, when guarded by taqwa, tastes sweeter. This is the balance. Mutual interest with boundaries. Presence with purpose. A gaze that remembers Allah. And if it's written, your hearts and your eyes will meet again, under Allah's mercy. Sign number 2, frequently smiling. When two of you are drawn to each other, the smile comes naturally. It's not forced, it just flows. There are a few types of smiles you might notice. Soft, genuine smiles. When she, or you, sees each other, the face softens, even without words. Hidden or shy smiles. A smile, then the eyes drop. The head lowers. Something inside moved. It shows a natural emotional reaction, especially in more modest settings. Smiling while talking. Even simple words feel warm, like your hearts enjoy the sound of each other. Silent smiles across distance. Sometimes, the eyes meet and both faces light up, just for a moment. Delayed smiling. Even after one of you walks away, the smile stays. The feeling lingers. You might still find yourself smiling for a few seconds, because the encounter felt good. Frequent smiling shows comfort, attraction, emotional openness. It's one of the purest signs that your hearts are happy near each other. Polite smiles and interested smiles look similar, but they feel different. A polite smile says, I'm being nice to you. An interested smile says, I'm happy because it's you. And when it's real, you often feel it too, a warmth in your chest. A happiness that rises just from seeing them smile. When someone gives you a real interested smile, you often feel it inside you too. Like an extra warmth or happiness rises in your chest. It's a sign that you're both interested in each other and that the connection between you is strong. In Islam, the heart is sacred. So when it leans towards someone, that moment needs guidance, not just feelings. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "When one of you is attracted to a woman, let him go to his wife, for she has what the other has. But if you're not married, then seek Allah first, because a smile with intention can either be the beginning of something blessed or a step off the path. So if both your heart notices someone, and you smile again and again, pause, pray, ask, is this from Allah or just my nafs? Maybe that mutual interest is a sign, or maybe it's a test. Either way, guard your smile. Make it sincere, and if it's meant, it will unfold in the most halal, beautiful way. And if we notice that the other person is also smiling a lot around us, then we know that we're on the right track. But hey, even if she or he not smiling as much as we'd like, it's important to remember that everyone is different. Sign number 3, nervousness or excitement around each other. Sometimes the heart reacts before the words ever do. It shows up in small ways, a pause, a breath, a flutter. You might find yourself fixing your sleeves, straightening your hijab, door checking how you're standing, not out of vanity, but because something about their presence makes you want to be your best. You forget what you were about to say. You laugh at the wrong moment. Your hands move more than they need to, not out of restlessness, but your heart skipped a beat before your mind could catch up. You feel a quiet stillness, a calm settling in your heart, or you may feel sudden energy, a flutter that light up your spirit. Either way, something inside responds, and it's never random. And you feel a steady calm, as if heart is quietly anchored. Or you might feel a rush of excitement, a surge that pushes you to pay closer attention. You catch yourself looking, then quickly looking away. And when your eyes do meet, your heart stumbles over itself. Even in a full room, your attention gently drifts toward each other. You're not trying to stare, but your heart keeps checking. Are you still here? Are we both still here? And Islam reminds us, feelings are not haram, but how you carry them is what defines you. Taqwa doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you feel with intention. Nervousness or excitement may just be your heart recognizing something real. Neither wants to ruin it, so the nervousness comes from care, not fear. Excitement reflects hope. Maybe there's something meaningful unfolding, something Allah placed gently in your path, not for indulgence, but for reflection. In Islam, this is a sign of modesty and sincerity. Nervousness in the presence of someone you're drawn to is often rooted in haya, modesty. You're careful, not careless with emotions. Respect, you value their presence and your dignity. The believer doesn't rush toward desire. They ask, does this feeling bring me closer to Allah? Instead of rushing into flirtation or bold moves, the believer's heart says, Ya Allah, let me feel this in a way that protects both of us. This kind of nervousness is different from anxiety. It's actually a gift. It's your fitra whispering that this moment matters. Sign number 4, finding ways to help or support each other. It's not just attraction, it's care, a kind of quiet service the heart wants to offer, not for attention, but because their ease feels like your peace too. The help that doesn't feel heavy. Mutual support, when care flows without asking. You notice what they need, not only her, with her family, even the small things. Even in loneliness you feel it. And thinking of ways to gives or supports help. A gesture, a reminder, a solution. Not to impress, but because serving feels meaningful. A natural acts of support. Your care goes beyond words, it becomes action. You feel wants to lighten her burdens, even in small ways. In Islam, this reflects true care. Sometimes support is an action. It's presence, just being near, making space, letting them know they're not alone, even in silence. It's not one big act. It's small efforts, often. It's the way they show up and keep showing up. In Islam, helping someone is ibadah, worship. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whoever relieves a believer's hardship, Allah will relieve his hardship. Sahih Muslim. Helping from the heart purifies the soul. Because true service never lowers you, it raises you. Ask yourself, is this for Allah or for love? Because even the sweetest help can become a trap if your heart forgets who you serve. When someone helps you without needing credit, without expecting a return, it may be mutual interest, but it's wrapped in dignity. Help by taqwa. That's not just care. That's a sign. When this kind of support from a place of sincerity and not seeking attention, it may reflects a heart with good intentions, a soul drawn toward companionship built on mercy, a love that aligns with Rama and Khidma, mercy and service. Helping someone in need. even with a kind word or small gesture, is an act of pure love to marriage. When it flows both those ways, it's a sign of something deeper. In the Quran, Surat Al-Ma'idah, verse 2, and cooperate in righteousness and piety. In mutual interest, support becomes a gentle duo in action. Let me be ease for you, not a weight. A quiet help, not a distraction. Real love begins in service, and service begins with sincerity. Sign number 5. Body language mirrors each other. A subtle, quiet sign, but a powerful one. There's a quiet connection, a moment where your bodies seem to speak without words. Sometimes, the signs don't come through words, but through posture. You both naturally match each other's gesture, movement, or rhythm. Sometimes, you don't plan it. You don't force it. But somehow, you sit with similar posture. You both fold your arms, fix your sleeves, or nod at almost the same time. Even the pace of walking, breathing, or the energy in your voice or your walk begins to feel aligned. It's not forced, not something you think about. It's simply your hearts, subconsciously connected. It's not imitation. It's an instinctive harmony, as if your presence is affecting each other, quietly. It's the body's way of saying, I feel in sync with you, without trying. In Islam, modesty and inner sincerity are always preserved. So when body language mirrors in this way, it must stay dignified, not flirtatious. It reflects emotional harmony, not just physical attraction. It kept within the boundaries of adab. It may be Allah softening hearts towards something halal. Because sometimes, what the tongue cannot say, the soul echoes. In the Quran, Surat An-Naba, verse 8, and we created you in pairs. Mirroring isn't always a conscious choice. Sometimes it's your soul recognizing another soul. When your hearts are in sync, even the smallest gesture can speak volumes. Sign number 6. Mutual respect and gentle behavior. This are not just signs of interest. They are signs of sincerity, maturity, and taqwa. What it looks like in mutual interest. When two of you like each other and have sincere intentions. When you like someone, it shows in the way you treat them. Not with boldness, but with dignity. Not with teasing, but with care. You speak with kindness. You listen with adab. You watch their comfort more than your own ego. There's no pressure, no need to impress. Just respectful presence, soft, sincere, watchful. You guard each other's feelings. You don't cross limits, not emotional, not physical, because your care is real. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The best of you are those who are best to their families." And that goodness, it starts from the very beginning. Tirmidhi, even when your heart stirs, you remember, real love is not selfish. It honors the akira before the nafs. This is what Islam teaches us, that even attraction has a path of mercy, respect, and purity. I may care for you, but I fear Allah more. So I will treat you in a way that honors us, now and in the hereafter. This is not weakness. This is emotional strength guided by taqwa, because in the end, real interest is not shown by how loud you are. It's shown by how gently you carry someone else's heart, even before they know they've handed it to you. You don't cross boundaries, because you know the heart deserves protection, not pressure. Real care shows in silence, in how you lower your gaze, not just in what you say. In the Quran, Surat Ar-Rum, verse 21, and among his signs is that he created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them. These signs, they aren't just random moments. They're gentle whispers from Allah, preparing two souls for something sacred, hints that something pure may be unfolding. When the interest is sincere, adab protects it. When the hearts are guided, Allah nurtures the connection. And when love is rooted in taqwa, it becomes a mercy, not a test. But signs are only the beginning. The real question is, will you respond with sincerity or with ego? Ask Allah to guide both your hearts. Ask Allah make what's pure easy. And if it's written, may the path unfold in Allah's perfect timing. Go ahead and leave a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.